my god. Hi. Oh, hold on. Did I add this? Okay, yeah. This is the other one. I meant to put the other one, but um mm, let me put a poll. Oh. Hey, Juan Catalan, how are ya? I'm like so exhausted right now. Let's see, do you believe? I know you do. I know you do. Oh crap. I'm trying to put this. I just did I just did I'm doing like on a different angle right now cuz I just need to sit down like I'm like just sitting in my bed right now. I just did a ghost tour and you're tired too. Yeah, I am so tired. I just did a ghost tour and it went really, really well, but I had my light is falling because I literally have it like dangling. This is like new YouTuber stuff where I have my light leg thing like holding on to the phone, this whole thing. I don't know. It's just funny. Um, I just did a ghost tour and I had so many people in the tour. It was really good. I mean, like they loved it, and I got I they were so happy at the end. I walked them to their cars. It was awesome, and the parents loved it. There's kids, and it's tiring. I'm just checking up on so many people. I'm going back and forth, making sure they can hear me with my microphone. At one point, um, oh, can you believe I have never taken a ghost tour? What are you doing, dude? Take a ghost tour. There's so many. They're all over. Oh, hey, Maya. They're all over like the US. I mean, there's places that are haunted everywhere. And they're honestly like, I'm gonna close this because she's gonna go on my laptop. They're honestly, they're honestly pretty entertaining, and it really depends who you get. Oh my god, Maya, I love you right now, but you're on my stuff, and I don't want my cat's like, you know how cats are. They're like want to be with you, which is so loving. But let me see if I can you see her tail? Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I see I have some people here. I was telling Huang here that I just did a ghost tour. Hi guys, welcome in. Hi Brian. I was telling Huang here I just did a ghost tour, and sorry, my light is falling. And and it was I had so much fun. I had so many people on my tour, but it is tiring because I'm running back and forth. Lil bro. I'm not really a dude, but okay. Hi, can I have a shout out? Shout out to Roblox Queen. Woohoo. I have 3 votes. Yes, I believe in ghosts. So for the people who are new here, thanks for the hearts, you guys. For the people who are new here, what was I gonna say? I do ghost tours and I just like weird stuff. Honestly, that's all I do. Angel, if you are not happy here, you do not have to be in the life. There's so many other lives. Find a life that you love. Pull out the Ouija board. Girl, I do a spirit talker. On my I did a ghost. That's why I'm exhausted. You guys, something really really creepy here happened today. I give ghost tours. I have my microphone across me, and it's like right here. And the ghost, like mid tour on my last stop, so creepy. We're like in this lighted post office, and I'm taking them in. And then the thing is, the the ghost unclipped my microphone. No, my the harness thing, and it fell, and then unclipped the microphone. And then on the spirit talker, it said, "I don't want to talk." And I said, "You don't have to talk, but please don't touch me." And that freaked so many people out on my tour. It really scared them. But it's so funny because I am so numb to this. I just said with intention, do not touch me. You do not have to participate if you do not want to. I'm just telling the history of what happened here. Which is insane. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. You guys are really sweet. I'm new and I subscribe to you. You're so pretty, by the way. Ah, thanks, Roblox Queen. Just very I don't ban people. I don't even know how to do that. If you're not happy, you can go. It's okay. I don't care. So 80% says yes, they believe. 20% says no. Oh, so 83% says yes, they do believe. That's why I like polls. And honestly, it's just fun to hear interesting stories and spooky things. I don't necessarily believe in all things. Because I give ghost tours, but I do believe in a lot, and I feel like Juan Catalan here, he's one of my viewers. He wants to do a ghost tour, and it really depends who you get. So with my tours, we try to talk to the spirits. So I have a spirit box, and we ask questions. But there are people who go on ghost tours that they just do a history. Like another one of my coworkers, she just does history. So it depends on what you want. Do you just want to know the history of what happened there, or do you want to try to connect? And I try to keep love and positivity because that's what this world is about. Things happen, but I've had dark things come through the spirit box. So I only want good things. So I'm just like, I am surrounded by golden light and love and happiness. And I tell it and when I begin the tour, I'm like, we're gonna try to connect, but we're gonna keep it love and happiness and just safe, okay? Because that's how I do my tours. And people are happy. I've never had anybody go like, no, I want to call out to the dark. Okay, so let me see. I see that. Millie Bay says, "Hi, I'm watching you on my TV, and my whole family, 3 girls, even me, and 5 brothers and my parents. That's sweet. That's funny. It's kind of embarrassing for me, but honestly, I don't care. Good, I'm happy. I just did a ghost story with a bunch of families. The parents were so happy too because I know how to include the kids too and everybody. Okay, so let's see. Ben says, Hi, Ben. Juan Cantalan says, nice. If I am in Orlando visiting my padrino en La Santeria, I might look your tour up one day. I have never been very interested in those. Yeah, they're different tours. I just work for a specific, I'm not in Orlando, I'm in Florida, but I just specific, like, there's different tour companies for different areas. And then with my tour, it's so weird. It really depends on who you get. So like you might get the history girl, you might get me. It depends, honestly. But just go to your local tour. That's what there's so many. They're all over the world. Do one locally. I hate people who are happy. Oh, I'm so sorry you feel that way, Angel. I hope you find happiness in your life. I try to be happy because there's so much to be grateful for, just being alive, being able to experience this life. Yes, I believe in the spirit realm and I believe in all these things, but I think it's good to appreciate what you have. If you have family, if you have things, my cats right here. I love my cats. I'm so appreciative of them. Okay, how long does it take for to get comfortable with a guy like, oh my god. Okay, so Juan Gata says, oh, I thought you were Atlanta for some reason. Weird. No, you're cool. Oh, thanks for the hearts, you guys. So I have 64% of people believe in ghosts, and 36% of people do not believe in ghosts. That's so interesting. Yeah, I just believe in like anything is possible, and I've had so many weird experiences. And I believe if you put out love and happiness and light and you're like a good person, then you'll attract good things to you, with anything. Belle Drown says you're so pretty, I believe in ghosts. Thank you. Yeah. What makes you believe? Has anybody here ever had an encounter with a ghost? Um, or anything like that? I've had quite a few. Of course, during my tours, we do the spirit talker, but like I've had it where it's like, I'm not looking for it, and I'm like, I don't want this right now. I just want to zen out. I do believe in the third eye. So if anybody has had any weird encounters, please let me know. Oh, Belle drowned. So tell me in the what happened? Did you see like was it in your home? Thanks for the smiles. Where did you encounter this spirit? I think you have to be careful with these things too. So I'm like a little conflicted too. I don't know. I just believe just be light in this world and be a good person and good things happen to you and even in the spirit realm. But yeah. So Todd said, been single for 12 years and real happy and content. Don't mind taking leaves. Oh, that last that's it. Orleans. Oh, okay. And then Bell Johnson in my home. Steven says, hi. Hi, Steven. 100%. Aw, thank you. Yeah, you know, just spread love and happiness because I feel like what I've noticed with the spirit realm is like if you are like if you are sad and you have like dark energy, there's like dark things that feed off of that, right? So if you're happy and you are light and you wish people the best and you're just generally a good person, then you're spreading light around you and they can't come near you. I don't know how to explain it. You're very cute. Oh, thank you. Abigail, oh, welcome back, Abigail. It says, hello. I just did a major Bible study. I'm so content now. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. And then Juan Catalan says, a friend of mine is a medium. Ooh, this is getting interesting. So you guys, if you guys have stories and encounters, please let me know. Because this is the community I'm trying to build. Just like where we can tell each other's weird stories or what we're like looking up because I look up weird conspiracies or whatever. Just let me know in the comments. I love reading and learning and I'll share my stuff too. Okay. Juan Catalan says, a friend of mine is a medium. He's a white, but he's got Native American ancestry. The magic he uses is mostly native. He's helped me before, and one day he went to visit Robert the doll. Ooh, okay. I am literally holding up my light right now because it keeps falling, so I can't look it up. What is Robert the doll? I'm so curious. Is it like a negative entity or is it a happy entity? In my tour, there's one stop. There's one stop that is quite spooky. So in my tour, there's one stop that is quite spooky, and and nobody actually passed away there, but there's a ghost that everybody sees, and her name is supposedly you Agnes. Oh my god, Abigail, I don't want to scare you. I see all the comments. And so so I have a bunch. Today was exhausting because I had a lot of people on my tour. And one of the girls, her mom was there. She wanted to go and call out Agnes. Like Bloody Mary, and you say her name 3 times in the mirror. You can call out Agnes that way, right? And so the mom was like unsure, and I was like, I don't know how like I told her honestly, like I don't think that's a spirit, like a regular spirit. And so the mom was like kind of iffy, and I didn't really want the girl to do that either, but the girl and her mom wanted to do that. So they went inside. Oh my god, I'm hearing stuff outside. They went inside the bathroom to a haunted bathroom while I waited for them. I waited for all the people. I was like, I'm waiting here for the bathroom break. And she came back. She said she didn't see anything, and I was like, "Thank God." I was kind of praying that she didn't because I feel like that spirit is not really a spirit, if you get what I'm saying. There are things out there that feed off of fear. Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to catch up. Have you ever heard voices? Ooh, I had a strange occurrence. So I have 2 jobs. So I do the ghost tours and I do another like a regular job. And in the regular job, there's like a meeting and there's this guy giving a presentation, and I swear that I heard the girl in front of me say, "Wow, why is he so pale?" And I'm looking at her and she's not speaking. I'm like, "Oh my god, did I just hear her thought?" That was so weird. And the whole mimic lore where you hear someone call. Well, I've heard like as a kid, I was walking, I would like thought I heard someone call my name, but it felt warm. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so I don't think that was a mimic because mimics are supposed to be scary. Like they mimic your family, but they're just like, dark entities that feed off of fear. That's why it's good to spread love and light and happiness. I'm trying to I like the spooky stuff, but I'm trying to let people know to try to be light in this world because you're protected and you're loved and you matter, and be grateful for the things you have. Okay, so Abigail says, mediums freak me out. To be honest, bro, I'm scared already. No, 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 don't say it. No, I'm so sorry. Brent, congratulations for 40 million subscribers. That's awesome. Todd says, but it does take time to out of the darkness period, but the heart prouds and survives. I'm a little bit out of context on that, Todd. I'm so sorry. Abigail's like, no. Juan says, You never heard of Robert the doll? He's Florida's cursed doll. He's sort of the version of Annabelle. No freaking way. It's funny. I look up a lot of like US lore. I have to, Oh my God, show me, Juan. Tell me about Robert the doll. Abigail says, "No, I'm gonna cry." Belle Drown says, "I have watched the video on Sam and Colby. Oh, I love Sam and Colby. You cannot look into his eyes, even if it's like through a camera. I did not, but he's very oh, really? He's a dark eye. Maybe I've heard of Robert the Doll. I'm not sure. I'm leaving, bro. I'm sorry, Abigail. I don't mean to scare you so much. Todd says, and by the way, you're very beautiful. Oh, so sweet. Juan, stop. I'm so scared. No, no. Okay, so let me read what Juan says. The irony says, it says, the irony is that originally Bloody Mary was not a scary spirit. Really? So Juan is very, by the way, you guys, Juan is very knowledgeable. So he's been on a lot of my lives. She was called upon by a woman in England to in a mirror on New Year's Eve, I think, to find their husbands. No way. They changed her story there. So you're saying that originally Bloody Mary was something that was like a spell casted in New England for women that were trying to find their husbands, and then they turned that story using a mirror. Ooh, that is so interesting. Mediums aren't scary; they're the nicest people. Oh, that's sweet. Again, you guys, just letting you know, I am not a medium. I just do ghost tours, so we use different things to connect. Um, Bro says I'm scared. I just shadow. No. You're gonna be okay. Notification warning. Permanent ban will ensure life doesn't end within 5 minutes. Okay. Wait. What? Per panel if live video doesn't wait, I don't know what it's talking about. So Juan Catalan says, I talk a lot about paranormal lore here in Florida. You'd be surprised the stuff you'd find here. And some stuff traveled here from Native American tribes. That's so interesting. I think there's like a fake notification account trying to scare me because that's like the second time I see that in another of my lives. I think that's just like a made up account. I'm not even like, I don't know. That was weird. It wasn't even in my stuff afterwards. Okay. So Juan Catalan says, I talk a lot about paranormal lore here in Florida. You'd be surprised the stuff you'd find here. And some stuff traveled here from Native American tribes. Yeah, I mean, I worked in a store that was built on Native American burials, and that store was super haunted. The manager was living off of it. He actually started doing I like the people I bring in my life are weird too for some weird reason. Like that manager was doing like ghost huntings with his friends, and he had cameras all over the store, and we would see things fly off the shelf in the middle of the night, but they believe it was a Native American spirit, and I was always very respectful and never did anything to me. But there was a girl that picked up a shift from another store because there was several stores, and she went and started like cursing it out. And the next morning there was like black gunk coming out of the toilet, and there was like three computers, and the computers were turned over. It was very spooky. Okay. So Abigail says, why did I get a notification that says warning, permanent ban will ensure if live video doesn't end within 5 minutes? I don't know. That is so weird. I don't understand what's going on there. Juan Catalan says, bloody. Yeah, I don't know why you got that. That was not me, Abigail. I actually like you on my lives. I think you're kind of funny too. um, Juan Catalan says Bloody Mary is a spirit, and honestly, I think that's like a fake account that comments because this is like the second time that's happened that I got that comment, and it literally did nothing. And when I went to my YouTube studio, usually they'll notify me if there's like copyright or anything, and it was nothing, honestly. So just ignore it. I feel like that's a fake account. Okay, that tries to scare like YouTubers. So Juan Catalan says Bloody Mary is a spirit, but not an evil spirit. She would be called upon and help single women find a lover or husband. So apparently, so they used a mirror to call her upon. And I guess the story has changed. That's so interesting. I love how knowledgeable Huang is. Okay, Todd says, my oldest son, when he was a kid, he had stuff moved in his room. We moved 2 times. Now my son is 38, has his own home, and stuff still moves in his master bedroom. Ooh, that is spooky. Do you think something is following him around, Todd? Uh, I, does he want to do like a spiritual cleansing? Maybe pray or different things, whatever he finds. Do you know that's kind of spooky because it kind of like things were moving in that home, and then he went to another home, and it happened. Juan says just a troll. Yeah, it is just a troll. I was. I'm scared. Can someone say something funny? I don't know. I'm boop. I don't know. I don't know. You don't be scared, Abigail. Uh, now, okay. Todd says now I know what your subject on. Yeah, this is. I just like spooky, like conspiracy, or like sharing stories. That's what my community is about. You know what's funny? I hear my neighbor outside. I'm pretty sure they can hear me too, so they can come like contribute if they want. Okay, so let's see. Alice says, "By any chance you are free in daylight tomorrow?" I don't know because I do work. My schedule's kind of crazy. To be honest, that's why I keep doing it at night. And this today I had to do it super late because it was after my tour. But I have a day job too. But my day job is kind of nice because it's kind of flexible. It just depends on what my manager's up to. Okay, so Juan Catalan says our version of Bigfoot is called the skunk ache because his smell is so bad you can smell him before you see him. Wait, there's a skunk ape? Is that lore only Florida? Reynaldo says, hi, Reynaldo. Alice says, yo, let's talk about something lovely, kind, like by any chance a picnic, and maybe can we do a live tomorrow? I've been trying to live every day. I don't know what time though, because it really depends on my work, and my work is kind of like the times are kind of like crazy. So, but I will live at some point. At some point. Maybe we can like I don't know. I love cats. Well, something happy. I feel like cats protect us. I have two cats, and I feel so protected that they really protect us in the spiritual realm. Abigail. Okay. So in the daily life, I'll see if I can. Okay. Juan Catalan says the story is that a rich white family fired a Haitian nanny, and she gave the young boy she took care of a doll, and she cursed using Haitian voodoo. So the boy started saying that the doll was alive. Ooh, that is scary. I don't. I like that's kind of messed up though. You would give it to the child. Yeah, I don't like. I don't believe in revenge, which I've had people like maybe not be the nicest to me, but I do believe in karma. And I feel like just try to, move into I don't know how to explain it. But that's and then you take the revenge on the child. I really disagree about on that. Okay. So Jeremy says, I don't really particularly believe in ghosts, but I don't know. I feel like one of my corners, I use this app called Spirit Talker. I use it in some occasions. Jeremy, guess what? On my tours, I use Spirit Talkers. I have to this tour, there's so many people. I had two EMF readers and the Spirit Talker, and then we were all sharing the EMF readers. Um the Spirit Talker app, I love it. I had bought this radio thing that goes through all the radio channels and you can try to talk that way. It was so hard to understand them. It records it, but they wanna know then and there because it's a tour. Spirit Talker actually writes it out. I recommend that app for you guys if you wanna do that. Alice says, "No, I'm gonna cry, bro. I don't myself, please. No, someone say something funny and relaxing." I don't know. Beep boop beep boop. Abigail, you're fine. Just I for me, it's like I'm so like numb to so much paranormal stuff. I mean, during my tour today, the ghost literally just took off my satchel. It was so weird. It freaked out my tour. And it was great because they they wanted to be spooked. They got spooked. It was like the scariest story in little and then it said on the Spirit Talker, I don't want to talk anymore. And I said, you don't have to talk. I'll just tell your story. I'll tell the story because I don't know if it was the exact tour. Um, in the daylight, please. So Juan Catalan says, so anyways, the son told his family that the son told his family that Robert the doll was alive and could move and would have conversations with him. And sometimes the families heard the doll's voice. They started getting freaked out. Yeah, so the family did that lady wrong, right? And then that lady gave this doll to the son, I would have instantly thought that had bad juju just because they did that lady wrong. Um, I still wouldn't not done some, like, I don't know what actually happened there, if it was like a, like, if it was actually, but I would have gotten rid of it instantly. It also, you can kind of feel the energy of things. Like, there is, where I'm renting right now, it's like a divided house. It's divided in three apartments. But there's another place that I had looked at, and the house, the energy was like so haunted. I was like, I don't even want to deal with this. The energy in this home is like happier. It's a happy energy, which I like. So even if there's things occasionally, it's happy. You kind of see it in the corner of your eye and stuff. I just ignore it because I don't want to deal with it. Like, um, and then I can open my third eye. I just choose not to. As a kid, I would see ghosts. I don't want to deal with it. Like, I'll do the ghost tours and talk to them using stuff. I don't want to deal with actually connecting with them because then they'll leave you alone. Um, Abigail says, "For peace sakes, this is daylight. I don't have no cats." You don't have no cats. Okay. Juan Catalan says, finally, the family put the doll in the attic, but they began to hear the doll walk around in the attic too. Girl, I would have gotten rid of that doll instantly. They did that lady wrong, and then she went out and gave the doll a son, the doll. I would have been like, son, I'm going to give you a different doll, and I'm going to get rid of this instantly. I would have sensed the bad juju instantly. Uh, but they began to hear the doll walk around the attic too. Tragedy follows this doll everywhere. I think it's on the same level or even worse than Annabelle. Really. Eventually, the young boy grew up and kept the doll, and I guess he sold it to a local museum. But the doll is blamed for ruining people's lives. And if someone is dumb enough to oh, wait, give me one second. Take a picture without permission, then the doll will mess you up. So my friend, the medium, said he asked the doll permission with his mind to be able to take a picture, but then he changed his mind. But when he but when he was about to walk away, he heard a man's voice in his head say, "You may." Like whatever lives in the doll is strong and confident, is clearly in control of things. Things like that, to be honest, I would just probably not. Like I told you, like I give ghost tours, but I try to stay in the positive and loving light of things. If there's something with dark energy, I'm not trying to call out or speak to it. I'm just like, it's not, we're not a vibrational match. You know what I mean? That's why I try to, like, yes, these things exist, but I also try to promote of just being like love. Be a light in this world and you will be protected. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on comments because I skipped some so I can finish one story. So Todd Baker says, yes, I do. We went to a house for a dinner and I brought up the younger days when he was little and his TC glass cracked down the side. First time he's happened out of the room. So that's because you said your things were moving where your son lived and then he lived somewhere else and things were moving again. Yeah, I think he needs a cleansing, inner, outer cleansing. He could pray. There's so many things. I would use sage too, like the dragon sage. The what is that? I forget the red one. That one's really strong because it also brings in love and light. Jeremy says I started using it in my bedroom corner, my will, but it detected the upper bedroom wall and called the app. Oh, the Spirit Talker app, the app that I use. It's called Spirit Talking, but it got to 828 and I got goosebumps. I don't know what that means. The one that I use is called Spirit Talker, and it just writes out what they say. And that's why I like it. I give it to her, it'll say it out loud. They ask questions, and it'll write out what it said. Versus the ghost talking apps, I mean, the radio ones, they're just so annoying because it's so hard. If I have 30 people on my tour, like, it's so hard to like everybody hear it. Where there I can just run and show everybody what it said, even though I have a microphone but or tell them, but I try to group them up. Okay, so Alexander is like, oh, spooky. It's so funny. I'm so numb to these things at this point. I'm like, yeah, it's real. Protect yourself. You'll be okay. That's how I am. And my cats here, my cats are my protections. They're strong. Cats are strong. They're like, what is that called? They're in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, she called a familiar. They're kind of like familiars, but they're your spirit. Like one of my cats, I feel like he's my soulmate. Okay. So, Maya knows I'm talking about her, my love. Hey, Mayita. I wish I could show her, but she's right here. She's always protecting me. Okay. So, she's just looking straight into my eyes right now. She knows. She knows. Okay. So, let's see. Hi, hello, baby. Jeremy says, yeah, my house is not haunted, but I do think one of my corners, like my south side of my corner, my bedroom, it feels like kind of hard, but yeah, it's weird. What do you mean, like hard? Like if the energy feels weird in that corner of your house, I would do a cleansing. If you don't want that energy there, cleanse it. Honestly, cleanse it and just spread love and light. Um, okay, DW says, hello, Juan Cata in Florida. Oh, interesting. Hello. Thanks for the roses and the hearts. Juan Casas says Sage will only put a spirit to sleep. Eventually, will wake up and retaliate because they know they try to get rid of them. Well, I don't necessarily just do Sage. One of my teachers told me that negativity gravitates to corners. That's why they always see them stand in corners sometimes. Oh, really? That's so interesting. So I'll do like music and intention and you know what I mean? Just also my energy kind of if you're vibrating at a certain energy and you're like a golden light around you, things don't really want to attach to you. And that's what I've learned. Like there's nothing to feed on. If there's no feeding frenzy, they're gone. They feed on fear, they feed on negative thoughts. I had one at one point giving me negative thoughts and I realized and I got rid of it and I changed my state of mind. But they feed on that stuff. Uh night. Oh, okay. What? I don't know what it's called. I just intuitively do things. What is that, Juan? Can you explain? Please explain. Ah, what beautiful eyes. Ah, thank you so much, Alexander. Okay, so I have quite a like almost 50-50. So 58% of my viewers do believe in ghosts, and 42% do not. Interesting. But I guess you guys like listening to ghost stories. Yeah. What is white light vanishing? Can you explain? Dun dun dun. And maybe it's what I'm doing. I have no idea. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, because I can't look up anything. Oh, Maya's leaving. You're leaving me, baby. Or she's gonna be by the door. Wiccans and psychics often call it a white light to push out bad entities and protect themselves. It's even a Christian prayer for it. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, like just you can pray too, but that's what it is. It's light. When you're a light in this world and you're just exuding love and positivity, nothing can really get close to you. Just be a good person. I don't know how to explain it. It's like an inner feeling of protection and happiness. And I did have like a Holy Spirit experience too at one point. And I felt like he was protected. He like took off a bunch of stuff off of me. Okay. That's why I'm a little conflicted on the ghost tours. I don't know how I feel. It was like I just know just be a good person. Okay. So Juan Catalan says, look it up when you have the chance. It starts like the light of God surrounds us. The whole prayer is online somewhere and it helps with the whole light protection. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'll look it up. Did I get that warning again? That's literally a troll. 100% that's a freaking troll. Okay. So what it's been 5 minutes since like the last one. That's not a cool troll account. They're like trying to get people to end their lives. That's not cool, dude. Don't do that. Okay. So what was I gonna say? I totally spaced out. Hmm. Dee 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 dee. Ba, ba, ba. Da-na-na, da. I'm having a brain fart right now. I don't know. I have ghosty. I can't wait for Halloween too. I'm just like Halloween, and I like that, like the girly like Halloween decor. I have a bunch of ghost pillows that are pink. I don't know. I like the soft stuff too. Just like happy. I can't wait to like make like Halloween cookies and things like that. Okay. So we talked about spirits. What else can we talk about? I think we scared off poor Abigail. Poor Abigail. I know. She'll be back. I like her too. She's kind of funny too. I'm not gonna lie. I really actually like her a lot. Yeah, it sounds like we scared her off. Okay, let's see. We talked about ghost tours, and honestly, I get energy just off of doing this. I was really exhausted when I first started. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. We talked about ghost tours and oh yeah. So when I was looking at that other place that I could live in, the energy kind of fell off, and I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to look for places where it has good energy. Like this home, I came here and I'm like, yeah, this one's nice. Whoever lived here, whatever it was, it has good energy. Just follow your intuition and your gut because I used to not listen to my intuition and then I would learn from that mistake. And now I listen instantly. So Hunter says, can you answer a question? Hi. Hi. What's your question, Mr. Hunter? Shoot. Let's see if he answers he said he wants to ask me a question. Let's see. He's probably typing it up. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. You guys are so sweet. Ooh, the light is falling right now. Okay. Okay, so while we wait for Hunter's question, we could talk a little bit more. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, follow your intuition. Just follow your intuition. That's the biggest thing. Your gut feeling. Juan says the ghost is moving the light. It's more like I'm moving the light because it's the, you know, it's the bed, you know. But that was it. The today's thing, like in the ghost tour. Yeah, that freaked I was so like numb to it. I was also exhausted. We walked for so long. My ghost tour is a walking tour. Um we walked for so long. And and honestly when the ghost like took off my satchel and the whole thing fell with the microphone and everything, the tour people were so freaked out, but I was like, yeah, it is what it is. I don't know if Hunter's question is inappropriate, so I can't answer it. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I'm getting about 50-50 right now. 55% do believe in ghosts. 45% do not believe in ghosts. I have 22 people right now. Um, let's take a shot every time she says like, oh, that's funny. I guess I do say like a lot, but that's just me. You might be quite drunk, Mr. Jay's crazy obsession. That's actually a fun game to play with your friends, honestly. Can you do this? No, I'm sitting in my bed right now. So what were we talking about? So the spirit realm, but there's so much more. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. What was I gonna say? Thank you. So we're talking about spirits, right? Well, let's talk about some weird lore. I don't know. Ooh, what about the Fae? I'm so obsessed with the Fae. So if you for the new people here, the Fae are like fairies, and so the Fae are like in Scotland and Ireland, they believe in the Fae, but they're like nature spirits, right? And they protect nature and they have all this lore, which is so interesting. Hunter says, how old are you? I am 500 years old. I am a vampire. So the Fae people. So I've known people who've left like little offerings for the Fae, and they're basically just like nature spirits, but they can be quite mischievous. They could help you, but they could also mess with you. And I think they're in the astral realm too. So I like to I like to when I go out in nature, I like to spread love and happiness. But I feel like that you do feel the nature spirits, you know. And also there's like there's people online that say that you can connect to plants, and I've been trying to connect to the plant to the tree in front of my home. I just go up to the tree and I'm like thinking, I'm sending you love, tree. Thank you for protecting us. Uh, Juan Catalan says in the Hmong culture, where's that? You can see a ghost if you look between your legs. Apparently, they even have the folklore in their movies and shows, which I think is funny as hell. That is kind of funny. What? What? Someone is writing in another language. I don't know what you are saying. Hey, Mayita, do you want to say hi? Just don't step on everything, okay? My cat's back. She's one of my protectors. She definitely sees everything. I've seen what she sees. Ooh, look at her tail. That's not a joke. It's a real thing. No, I believe you. Like I know you enough now to literally believe you. That does sound really funny. There we go. He says hi in English. Hi. Oh, what were we talking about? The face spirits. Juan, do you know anything about the face spirits? I'm so intrigued about that. Yeah, it's pronounced Hmong. The H is silent, and the Hmong are a group of people that live in Vietnam. Oh, that's so interesting. It's a cultural thing. Nice to meet you. I'm from Korea. That's awesome. You're from South Korea. That's far away. Wow. Okay. So, what time is it over there? It must be like, is it tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know what time it is over there. So Todd says, so my oldest is coming to stay with me, and I'll see if anything happens in the room he's staying in. We'll let you know. Yes, let us know. I'm so curious because if it's happening where he goes all the time, it's kind of attached to him. It's following him. And if he feels drained of energy and if he's like sad and if he has bad thoughts, then he needs a cleansing, maybe pray and there's so many things. You get what I'm saying? Uh, if it's some people have like guardian angels with them, it could be that too. But if it's scaring him, I don't know. Okay, what so the cat under the mat. Ah, I love that name. So what's your cat name? What's your cat's name? So that one that's right here is Maya. She's looking at me. Maya has this really particular thing where she stares deeply into your eyes. She has like Egyptian eyes. The other one does too, but Maya has like human eyes and she stares. There's like a soul in there. The other one does too, but the other one's like a young soul. She looks like ancienty, like she has knowledge. I don't know how to explain it. Um, would like to go to the gym. Would you like to go to the gym? Not right now. My YouTube is more like, spooky content, conspiracies, just talking. I don't do gym content. Oh, look, tail. Okay. So fix your hair. Yeah, it's a little frizzy. I mean, I did a tour and so, Juan Cataslav, you know my insanity well enough to know when I am serious. Yeah. Okay. So what do you do now? I'm just talking to you guys, just living. UFO, do you believe? Ooh, this is from Ario. UFOs, do you believe? So, do I believe? I don't know. I believe that the UFOs are real. I believe that the US media uses it as a distraction. I like to watch the Congress meetings. They're kind of, or like when they're like in trial or whatever. What is that? The Supreme Court. It's funny. I'm so interested, but I also know I can't necessarily believe them in them. I think, I think, um, I think maybe they're spiritual entities. I've had like UFO type experiences, but like because I've had paranormal experiences. So I've astral projected, I've connected, like everything is telepathic. Like you can connect to other entities. I don't I don't know if they're just interdimensional beings. That's what my belief is for the most part. Not that they necessarily live in Mars. They're interdimensional beings. But I don't know. It's just a random belief. I've had a handful of experiences and have not necessarily been looking for those. I just did a lot in 2020, did a lot of meditations. We were locked. For 2020 and 2021, I would do heavy meditations, heavy hypnosis for hours, and I would practice Ryan Cropper, his name is on YouTube. He would teach astral projection classes and all that. So I spent a lot of time working on that. But I just have not gone back to that. Okay. So I'm so sorry. I can't translate. The guy from Korea, South Korea, I can't translate what like it doesn't let me translate it. You're going to have to write in English. I'm so sorry. Okay, my cat is on the thing. That's why it's falling. Can you answer a question? Why'd you skip? I just saw dot dot dot. Why'd you skip? I skip. What's this about? Oh, I just saw it. What's this about? So, I my YouTube channel is just like sharing ideas, beliefs, experiences in the paranormal, in lore, and conspiracies, and spirituality, and whatever. I just like cultivating like kind of like a community where we can all share ideas because it's hard to I can't just go up to people and say weird stuff. Do you know what I mean? This is nice, and I would love to make this a permanent career too. Okay, so Juan Catalan Hunter says hi. Juan Catalan says distraction from serious stuff here. Yeah, there's a lot of distraction out there. I think you have to find the inner power because you are powerful, and I don't want you to ever forget that. Being light and love is good, but for remembering that you have the power to control your own life and don't how old are you? I'm 500 years old. Ecam says, would you rather to watch a tree grow or a knee grow? Oh my god. I can't believe you got me to say that. That's so messed up. That is so messed up. Okay, that is so messed up. Okay, so with the freaking I have to read the now I have to read the if you're not like an avid viewer and I know you now I actually have to read the comments. I have to read the comments in my head before reading them out loud. That's so messed up. Okay. So 500 yeah, in fact I'm a vampire. What's your height and weight? Mystery. Um the cat under the mat says you're forgiven. Just brush it off. You're right. I'm just gonna brush it off. Thank you. You guys, the people who are not trolling me, thank you. You guys are sweet. I'm sending you guys love and happiness. Even to the troll, hopefully he doesn't do that again. Okay. So 53% yes believe. 47 believe don't believe. You may need to ban a few of these. Yeah, I know. I don't even know how to ban, to be honest. I'm starting to grow more on my channel, and so I have to mentally now, like, you know, now I have to like be careful. I didn't even conceptualize that could happen. So I'm originally from PR, but now I live in Florida. Florida, woohoo! Can you please no, that's weird. Okay. Tap the images on their profiles and you should see the band. Really? Oh! Oh! Wait, do I see it? No. Okay, I deleted can I report? There we go. I'm so sorry, dude. I had to report the one that, Okay. I just reported the other one. Okay. So Hunter says hi. Okay. So what was I gonna say? I'm trying to remember. Oh, there's always consequences to your actions and all that. That's true. I do believe in karma. Yeah, and you have to set a precedent too. Like I just reported that guy for writing that and you know what I mean? Um and if it gets really inappropriate with Hunter, I'm gonna have to report you too or delete you. The other guy, not you, Hunter, but please keep it PC. Okay. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm trying to remember. We were talking about. What were we talking about? Oh, there are people here. There are people here that believe that you can connect to the nature spirits, right? Kind of like the Fae, which is beautiful. Hi, Honda. Hello. So I have 32 people on, which is awesome. So, and there's a lot of YouTube, that study that they did on plants where they had different kinds of music. They had like hard rock, metal, but like with sad lyrics and depressing lyrics. And then they had like Mozart for a different one. And then they had like regular pop. The Mozart plants, they thrived. They can hear that vibration in the music and they thrived and they grew. beautifully. Whereas the one with the hard I love hard rock, by the way, but the one with the hard rock metal with the bad lyrics, they didn't thrive as much. They didn't do as well. Whatever you expose your brain to, whatever you expose your brain to, you're doing that to yourself. You have to be careful. So words are spells, you guys. You have to be careful. Even the music that you sing. I listen to the occasional like like I like rock. I'll listen to that. I was kind of sad Ozzy Osbourne died too. I listen to that stuff, but the thing is like you have to be careful. Your words are your spells. You manifest your reality. So be careful with music and what you vibrate to. Just try. And then my point is there's a tree out there and I'm turning into a hippie girl where I'm putting my hand on the tree and I'm like, I'm sending you love. Thank you for protecting me. Blah blah. Okay. So so David says hi. I'm going to bed. Good night. Hey, Taff says, hey, Paulina, hi. Juan says that sounds like an experiment with water. They called hydromancy. They played music and the waters would create either beautiful patterns like snowflakes and these ugly things with heavy metal. Yeah, our mainstream music is like at a lower vibration. So I like to listen to mainstream music occasionally, but I am very careful. Like when I wake up, I'm not listening to mainstream music because you're subconscious. I'm listening to good things, like positive. A lot of people on YouTube will put nice positive things too. Was played. Hey, good night, good night. Um, so everything has a vibrational status in this world, and just find the things that take care of your brain, take care of your mental. It does. Everything can hit your subconscious, right? If these lyrics and these songs are at a lower vibration, then they're going to affect you in the long term. That's why I'll listen to them, but listen to more positive music. A lot of like small content creator that create like positive things like music like, hi, it's going to be an amazing day. We're going to do it. But it might be cheesy, but guess what? I am so lucky, you guys. I I feel like I attract so much luck in my life. It's crazy. And I am so grateful. Like I'm so grateful for everything. And it's like whatever you put out there, you get. I don't know. It's like it's magic. Everything is magic. Okay. So Juan Catalan says it kind of sucks because I am listening to an AI music channel, but her music is so awesome. Laugh out loud. I mean, I get you too because I like mainstream music too, but I am careful about it too. I listen a lot and lately mostly to individual artists. You can find them on YouTube, on Instagram, and they're having like maybe they're doing 432 hertz or just they're like more high vibe, just spreading the love. Hunter says want what PC said hi. Oh, I don't know. I just already did it. Did you know there are 50 different types of wedgies? That's funny. Jason. That's funny. Okay. So dun 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 dun. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, keeping it high vibe and full of love. And also having good boundaries. I've noticed that, I might be a nice person, but I know how to set my boundaries too. Like you don't, you know, like I already, I reported that one guy. I will set my boundaries if I need to. The AI music channel is called Valencia Vale, and this channel does jazzy music. That's nice. Do you need to get sleep for tomorrow? Because it's midnight now. I know it's midnight. I don't have to wake up too early tomorrow, thank God. But so I'm gonna try to extend it a little longer. I'm trying to get that watch time too. And I love doing this too, and it's fun. Honestly, I'm not monetized yet. I have to hit 4,000 hours of watch time to get monetized. You happy faces. You're so beautiful. Oh, thank you. Hunt said you should call some number. Hewitt as fuck. Oh, sweet. Sid the sloth. Angel says just end the live stream. Not feeling it today. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I wish you the best. I hope you feel better then, because I'm feeling great. Juan Catalan says, "It's only so you can get some rest. You need to energize that light of yours." Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I want to do it just a little longer, just a little longer. I'm enjoying myself, and oh, Maya's staring at me. She looks at you right in the eyes, like literally, just like right in the eyes. Um, and I don't have to wake up super early for my day job, tomorrow, thank God. Um, so do you have kids? No. My little catty watties. My little cats, you're my baby. Hey, where are you from? PR. Now I live in Florida. Florida. You should call some number. I don't know what that means. I literally don't know what that means. Um, so, dun, 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 dun. Abigail left, and now is when I remember something funny and creepy all at once. Oh my God! Please tell me, Huang. Tell me if she's back in the next live because she's on here a lot. I like her. I like Abigail. She's a little dramatic. I like her though. It's please tell us. Um, so Wang is really good at storytelling too. The weather has the weather out Thea. What does that mean? What's the weather out Thea? Has the weather out Thea? Um, the weather was really nice today, actually. Oh, do you guys know what this is? This is a flamingo. How's the weather? It's it's okay. It's good. It's kind of hot right now. You know, but it's Florida, I can't wait for fall. I really want to go in like to Salem, Massachusetts in like fall and see all of the witchy stuff. What is your number? Ooh, I'm 500 years old. That's what it meant weather out there. Oh, that's what it meant weather out there. I get it. I'm in Memphis, so I know it's different. Uh I'll put you know. I don't know what that means. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know if Wang is right. Oh, there you go. So Juan Catalan says, "So I have had paranormal experiences and head knocking and noises, right? Well, the other night I heard a loud ass banging on my window from the outside. Oh my god. And when you looked, was there someone there? Juan, was there someone there? Or was it just you?" Um, no, I'm not gonna give my phone number out. Philip says, "Hi, hi." What else? Oh, there's like a story named Philip. Yeah, that's creepy. When I hear noises in my brain, I just blame my cats. I'm like, it's my cats. It's fine. Also, I can tell they protect me. Uh, uh you speak. Oh, I don't know what that means. Foundational engineer. If you need to lower the volume, lower the volume. Um, so this is Juan Catalan's thing. He says, "So I was woken up and I was like, who the F is doing this? Is it a spirit or maybe a person knocking out there?" And neither one seemed like a nice option. Yeah, I would be annoyed. Like if someone's knocking on the window, you know what I mean? That's pretty scary. If someone's knocking on the window and you're on the third floor, that just gave me a flashback. Do you guys know the Cecil Hotel in California? So the Cecil Hotel is one of the most haunted hotels in the US. And it's had a lot of tragedies. There was this poor girl that was found dead in the water tank, but there was a couple that went there. They advertised their hotel. So if you don't know about this hotel and you're booking a hotel, they advertise it really nice and they don't actually put the picture of the outside. And there's a couple that stayed at the Cecil Hotel and they were like on the fifth or sixth floor and they were hearing knockings on their window. The fifth or sixth floor knocking on your window. That's not a human. Oh, this is a painter in the middle of the night. Um, Dante says, "Hi." So did you find out, Juan, who it was? What is your favorite when you was a kid? What is your favorite thing when you was a kid? Uh what was my favorite thing to do when I was a kid? I don't know. Paint. I love painting. It's fun. Paint. Juan Catan says, at first I tried to ignore the knock. Oh, I was an actress. I forgot. I did theater. That was my favorite thing. And I actually came out in I did a lot of like extra work. So like Disney has a lot of like, oh, walking in the background from Diary, just walking in the background. Um, so Juan Catalan says, when I looked out the window, it was my dumbass sister locked herself out of the house, coming home from the club and needed me to let her in. Oh no, your sister spooked you. Your sister spooked you. Oh no. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so, uh, don't look behind. There's a ghost. I can see it. Oh, let's see Christopher Reed. Don't be surprised, but don't look behind you. There's a ghost. I can see it. Christopher, it's a wall. It's a wall, Christopher. How is there a ghost behind me if there's a wall? Unless it's outside and I'm on the second floor. So you must be seen through the wall and it's floating outside, Christopher. Ben says hi, baby. Mike says yum. Juan Catalan says, even my dog looked at me like, bro, WTF. WTF, bro. Okay, so oh my god. So and then this guy says, I'm gonna call you Doctor Naked because you have whatever." He said, "I just farted so loud." Oh my god, these comments, they're hilarious. I can't with them. I can't with them. They're so funny. And Juan, your sister's hilarious. It's funny. Okay, I don't know. I want to talk just a little bit more before I go to sleep. I'm trying to. This is my dream. I want to, YouTuber. Only nice seat, nice set. Ah, thanks. I literally just. I was so tired from today. Because I did a really big ghost tour and whatnot. And I had a bunch of people, and I was so tired, so I just kind of set up like the coziest. Like I'm sitting down, I'm talking, I'm not. And then my cat came here. She's always by me. She's always protecting. Um, RG says hi, hi. Juan Catalan says, and before my sister, someone knocked outside my apartment door in 2020, and I couldn't see anything outside the door. So I freaked out because I thought it was dead. Oh, okay. I'm gonna read this again because it's spooky. And before my sister, someone knocked outside my apartment door in 2020, and I couldn't see anyone outside the door. So I freaked out because I thought it was the dead, because the place was haunted. It turned out to be the it turned out to be the female duck I was feeding knocking on my door with her beak to get me to feed her again. Oh my god. That's so funny and scary. I would have been so spooked, and then I'm like, "It's my duck. It's my duck that I feed outside." That's so funny. And then Alexander sent like little meditation. Woo! It's not. It's good to meditate, you know. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh, I did have this experience. I did have this experience where this was like 2021. I used to astral project a lot, and I just remember like walking out of my body, and I stopped doing this stuff, by the way. Walking out of my body and looking, and there was like this weird thing. I don't know. It was like this weird thing. I kind of like looked out the peephole, and there was like this weird thing looking back at me. It was like shaped like a goofy thing, but I knew it was like something that fed off of you. It looked super goofy, like, and I'm just like, no, I'm not letting you in. And sometimes you guys, you want to know something really, really creepy? My cat does. She's meowing at me. or she's going, something really, really creepy? Sometimes at 3 a.m., I'll hear knocking. It's 3. And I'm like half asleep in this world, half not. And I know it's something trying to get in. And I always, no, you're not allowed. I also had a Holy Spirit experience, and there's things attached to me like about 2 years ago. And it like took everything off. But things will always try. But just spread love and happiness. You'll be okay. Okay. So, okay. Juan Catan says, yeah, the only thing that scared me more than the spirits were the animals in that place. They were smart as hell. Laugh out loud. Wait, what kind of animals were there? Oh, you guys, I live in Florida. I used to live in a duplex, so it's like a divided house. So one side, there was an old lady, and then was my side. So in the duplex, we would get like the ginormous cockroaches that fly. What are those called? The Floridian ones. And then when they get scared, like they were on the ceiling because it was by the like the swamp, right? And so like the house was right next to a swamp. So they would come in, and then their like when they are scared, their defense tactic is to fly at you towards your eyes. So this freaking ginormous cockroach is like, I'm scared of you. And I'm like, ah, and it starts flying at your eyes. And I'm like, it just scares me out of the place. It was so like, oh my God. I don't like those. Thank God I don't live there anymore. I live here and I don't get those because I don't live next to a swamp. I'm never living next to a swamp ever again. Okay. So Alexander Gustavo says, yes. I'm catching up on comments now. RG says, elderly woman that lived in my old place died before I moved in. She would turn down my radio randomly in the garage past 11 p.m. I invited her to move with me to my new place. Sure as shit, after 11 p.m., she turns down the garage radio and it's completely different radio. Okay. Is there follow up? She also opens the cupboards. So she passed away, and then now she haunts you after 11 p.m. and she turns down the radio like it's too loud, and lowers the garage. The garage is pretty helpful. I don't know how it's like living with an old lady. Like, oh, so loud. So the ghost is like a grandma to you. Um Christopher, is it okay that I put Ouija alone at night in cemeteries? I don't know. It's up to you. You have to use protection with anything. There's good and bad in this world, so I can't advise of anything. Christopher Reed says they're called swamp donkey cockroaches. What? I don't know. Oh, I forgot. They have another name. Those ginormous cockroaches that fly at your face, like in Florida. Like what? I can't believe they freaking exist. How's that their defense mechanism? It was horrible. Like I would just take a vacuum cleaner, try to get it. Oh my God, I can't. Okay, so Juan Catalan says, the haunted place I mentioned before, I used to have something knock on my door every night at around 9 p.m. And the animals were ducks, cats, and possums, super smart animals. Huh. Maybe they were like spiritually, I don't know. Or you say you were feeding them though. Were they they're knocking for food? Were they knocking for food? Okay, Christopher V says, did the old lady cook in addition to turning down the radio, opening cupboards, blueberry pancakes? Ah, like a grandma, blueberry pancakes. No, not all of them. Okay, so it's like, okay, you didn't feed all, they were still there. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. That I feel like there's just like weird stuff. Have you, I know you're into all that weird stuff, Juan. Have you ever tried connecting with, like, through meditations, connecting with an animal? There's people who do that, like, on YouTube. You can find them. They're like animal communicators, animal mediums. That's an actual thing. Just like I'm trying to connect with my tree. Okay. The ducks. No, the ducks, yes, by the other. So you would feed the ducks. The ducks, yes, but the other animals, no. They had an intelligence that was almost human like. Oh, were they skinwalkers? Were they like staring at you in the eyes? You know what I mean? Were they skinwalkers? Uh Ben says they wanted to go in. Yes. Christopher says protection question mark. Yes. I'm always I'm a like I don't know how to explain it. I try to exude light wherever I go, and I know I'm loved and protected. Um, and when you're doing stuff, I do ghost tours. That's like one of my jobs. I literally we connect. I'm just when you're surrounded by gold light and love, everything kind of bounces off of you. I don't know how to explain it. Um, pray, whatever you feel that makes you feel safe, you know. Some people wear like talismans, different things. Juan Catalan says, laugh aloud. If they were skinwalkers, I would be dead because I'm fat and I would be a buffet for them. That's funny. So what were they? Were they Fae? Oh my god, I love the Fae. I love the Fae lore. I've been kind of obsessed with it. I used to be really, really obsessed. I have so many like fairies, all the Scottish lore and all that stuff is so interesting to me, and a lot of Wiccans leave offerings, stuff like that. But I would never invite them into my house. I'm just interested in learning because but they're kind of very trolly, you know what I mean? So I would never invite them there. It's just like a nature spirit. They're like out of our realm, kind of, it feels like, you know, they're not angels. Um RG says, I will never do Ouija or Ouija in a cemetery. Friends of mine did it in a cemetery where all the graves in it were moved from their original burial site. They said shadow people came home with them. Ooh, that's scary. They're exuding fear, so then it fed off of the fear, and then it kept trying to cause more fear to keep feeding the food source. You can scare that out. RG, that's scary as hell. Yeah. The Ouija board experience I had was not really voluntary. It was so weird. I was I was 11 or 12 and I was invited. Oh, I just saw a little orby thingy. Woo. But again, if there's things, it's always like good. So I was invited to a sleepover, and the mom of this girl, oh my god, I just can't believe that she did this. I was like 11 or 12. I think I must have been like, yeah, 12. The mom of this girl says, "Hey girls." No, I was 11. I don't know. "Hey girls, do you want to play a board game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we were playing with the dogs." She takes out the Ouija board and she's like, "This is a game where you try to talk to spirits." And I was like, "What?" And I didn't know what it was. I think I was 11 and I didn't know what a Ouija board was. And I was like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah, but it's not real, I promise. It you'll feel like it's moving because you put your fingers, but you're not moving. It's not really moving. It's just your subconscious." And so we played it and it moved by itself. And then I told my mom and she almost murdered. Like she was so mad. She didn't I don't know if she actually talked to the lady, but my mom was like really mad. Like, you don't do that. Like, that is so weird. That was the first time I stayed over at that girl's house, and it was the last time I stayed over at that girl's house. Okay. RG says, and that. And I don't know if I don't know if that attracted anything. I don't think it did because even as a kid I had haunted experiences, but I don't know. Uh Archie says, and that they have heavy dread thoughts and sadness constantly. Yes, that's a dark entity. You can just scare it away, but it's just they put thoughts in you too. You know, they feed off of that. Um, there's ways of kind of getting rid of that, and it's just finding your inner light and just love and golden light. There's so much praying too. The Holy Spirit helped me too. Okay, Hunter says, "Hey, can you help me understand why people are saying I don't know. You're being weird." Juan Catalan says animals have an intelligence all on their own, and animals that live in middle. Okay, I'm gonna reread this. Animals have an intelligence all on their own, and animals that live in metaphysical places get smarter for reasons that people like me don't really know for sure. That's so weird. I don't know. Maybe it's the interaction with the human soul. They have their own soul. They grow their soul too. Uh, so Christopher Reed said, I busted up a witch's area in the woods. Wait, so you found a witch's area in the woods? There was a podium with Edgar Allan Poe inscription. I mean, wasn't he just a storyteller? I remember reading some of his stories. A picture of a witch from the 1800s and hundreds of pieces of random things hanging from the trees. Ooh, that gives me a flashback. So, when I was growing up in PR, I remember going to the beach as a little girl and seeing little strings of bones hanging from trees. And it was because there were like animal sacrifices, which is dark. That you could do magic without dark magic, you know? You don't do that. Anyways, moving on. I just don't agree with that, but whatever. Everyone on there, I don't know, just love and light. Um, Alexander Gustavo said, I'm afraid of ghosts. I'm numb at this point. It is what it is. Our Juan Catana says, RG, that sounds like they have attachments. They should get some help. Yes, that's what I was saying. These dark entities, maybe you can call them demons or whatever, if you are exuding fear and you are not a light in this world, they attach you and then you're a food source. So they put more negative thoughts in you and it's kind of like a cycle. You feed them, they put more. So you have to find ways to get rid of that attachment. Um, Maybe find an energy worker, remove the attachments. Yeah, it's really working on your inner light and knowing that you are powerful and that none of that stuff is real. You're light and love. I don't know how to explain it. Jeffrey Dahmer's Diddy Party. Not really. Christopher Reed says, I need to read his stuff before I even read it out loud. Okay. So this is regarding him walking into like a witch's area in the forest. He said, I tore it all down. Whoever they they were went out at night time and never saw them, but the circle was a seance area to keep others out. I would have not touched it. There's energy there and there's probably protection energy there. You should have not touched it. But we all make mistakes. RG says they also did it on Halloween at 3 a.m. They said that's when the veil is the thinnest, whenever that means. That is when the veil is the thinnest between this world and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. It's not just one realm. There's a gazillion realms, like everywhere. Like, yeah. Okay. So, Christopher said, we did Ouija in a revolutionary cemetery at nighttime. Really? How did that go? Okay, let's see what Juan Catalan says. I grew up in the 90s. I still remember these Ouija voted commercials for kids back when people thought it was just a game. That's how that lady sold it to us. But she should have not, because she knew better. The veil is the wall between realities. There's times when it's thin and you can communicate or cross things over to this realm, but that's dangerous. Yeah, you shouldn't be calling things over to this realm. I don't think so. You can call for protection. I have a girl here. Her name is Angel, and she has an angel that follows her in this lifetime. We all have things that protect us, but you shouldn't be like trying to reach into, you get what I'm saying? There's a lot of like, I don't know. There's a lot of things. Just be careful. Just be careful. That's all I have to say. Be careful. Love life. Oh, I don't think I've ever had a dimple before. That's weird. Okay. So, bad luck. I still have the witch picture. You're probably fine. Nothing's happened to you, but don't do that. Don't like ruin someone else's stuff. And also, some of them have protection spouse things. Juan Catalan says, we think the energy of these places makes them smarter and more spiritual than they already are. So, Juan Catalan is referring to animals. He used to live in this apartment where it was very haunted, but for some reason, the animals that were on the outside were very smart. They would find ways to like touch on his door and reach out to him, like ducks and different things. I'm not going to do a 360. I'm sorry, Hunter. Poor animals. Yeah, referring to the what I would walk into. I walked into that a few times in Puerto Rico. Okay, so Juan Catalan says, which is funny because I am a santero and I have already said to my padrino, I won't ever kill animals. Yeah, I'm the same. Like that's so messed up. Like it's dark. any sacrifice like that, that's that you're working with dark deities at that point. You get what I'm saying? You are your own power. You find your own magic, Wang. You have the magic. Don't give your power away to something else. That's how I see it. So he just sacrificed some power charms on my behalf, but I told him I don't even want to be. I understand that. Okay, Todd Baker says, "Okay, I said I would let you know." Um, okay, okay, I said I would let you know. My came into the north bathroom because went walk from outside. He asked me calling my name. I told him outside covering. I'm so sorry. I don't. The you're gonna have to rewrite that. I don't understand it. I just heard that maybe something was calling your name and you went outside. RG says the worst part of the set at the worst part at the cemetery, they had the stone coffins above the ground, and one was broken up, and my friend took one of the bones out of it and home with him. Dude, so your friend went to a cemetery, did Ouija board during Halloween at 3 a.m. and then took a bone. Oh my god. Yeah. No, I mean, you can still cleanse. He's gonna be fine, but oh my god. Um, can I be a top fan? I'm not sure. It's up to you. Okay, Christopher Reed says, "Oh yeah, I have the witch's picture. Do you want it?" No, it's okay. You can keep it. You can keep it. Just make sure you protect. You took that without permission. And thank God you're fine. Top Racer says hi. Andrew says, "Good evening. I don't believe in ghosts. I know they are real. I know they are real." Okay, so I'm gonna catch up to Huang's stuff, and then okay, let me read. Huang says, "Well, as a magic user, I am not against conjuring a spirit. I just think people should be careful and be trained before they attempt it." Uh, Barry Girl says, "Hello. There's ways to empower the charms without killing the animals. There was a santero in a prison, and I went to him because instead of killing animals to charm the objects, he would grab a random lizard." Okay. And rub it on the charm and then let it go and leave it be. And the charm still worked. Exactly. Because if you're those things when it comes to sacrifice and stuff, that's so bad. That's just darkness right there. Um uh, Not necessarily death. I don't know if I am fine but I am alive. Christopher says I'm alive. That's good. I'm glad you're alive and you're doing good. Hunter says hi. Todd says, "Okay, my last post, my oldest was staying in my house. Well, my son asked me why I called him from the north bathroom. I told him I was outside covering the boat, so it wasn't me." Ooh, there was something that looked like you, but it wasn't you. That's scary. Skinwalkers or mimics, maybe. Mimics, I feel like they just feed off of the fear. Um, Christopher said, "We had a house that was built in 1600s in a port city in New England. Silver were used to disappear. Silverware used to disappear. That's interesting." Hunter, what do you think about going down a bike trail at night? I would not do it, especially as a girl, to be honest. I've been followed during the daytime. Can you imagine at night? Ugh. Um, Christopher Reed says, "I felt the energy in that house. My ex's mom also passed away in that house." Yeah, you can really feel that energy anywhere you go. That's why I'm very like selective on where I live. I have to go there. I have to walk it out. I have to feel everything. I have to know that it's good. This place is so much love and happiness. I love this place. This place is so protected. Um, so Juan Catalan says skinwalkers only have power on native land because they draw power from Navajo mountains. So once they leave the res, they can't do their regular magics. Interesting. So whatever that thing is, it's probably not a skinwalker. Maybe it's a mimic. I'm still learning about the different things. Christopher Reed says, "Okay, don't let people follow you. Live in Florida. Get pea shooter. Yes, yes, a house must have good energy. Yes, it must." I've only done it once, and my friend he disappeared. Oh my god. Yeah, you have to be careful with that stuff. Okay, now I'm going to sleep because my battery is dying and I have no choice. Because this is connected to this. But I want to say good night and I send you guys love and happiness. I hope you have a wonderful day, okay? Juan Casa, Florida is so scary that even cryptid scary guns here. I've generally have had good experiences. Like I was following in Puerto Rico. Anyways, have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.